thought the last stories were terrifying? Well, buckle up, because we've only scratched the surface. Astronauts have seen things in space that defy all logic, things that still haunt them to this day. Welcome to part 2 of Astronaut Horror Stories They Don't Want You to Know. The shadow figure outside Soyuz 6. In 1969, Soviet cosmonauts aboard Soyuz 6 reported seeing something impossible. While orbiting Earth, one cosmonaut glanced out the window and saw a dark, humanoid shape floating nearby. At first, he thought it was space debris, until it moved. The figure appeared to be watching the spacecraft. It had no visible suit, no tether, and no explanation. Then, just as quickly as it appeared, it vanished into the void. The Soviet Space Agency dismissed the incident as visual distortions. But what kind of distortion follows a spacecraft? The ISS Whispering Incident. The International Space Station is home to some of the bravest astronauts on Earth, but even they have encountered things that leave them speechless. In 2015, an astronaut who remains anonymous claimed to have heard whispers inside the ISS. The problem? He was alone. At first, he thought it was radio interference, but the whispers weren't coming from his headset. They were inside the module with him. He described them as multiple voices speaking in an unknown language. When he turned around, the sound stopped. But later, while reviewing recorded audio logs, some of the whispers were still there. NASA dismissed it as an auditory hallucination. But many astronauts have reported hearing strange sounds in space. Could something else be up there? The ghostly face on the moon. During the Apollo 17 mission in 1972, astronaut Eugene Cernan, one of the last humans to walk on the moon, saw something chilling. While collecting samples, he spotted what he described as a face imprinted on a nearby rock. But it wasn't just any face. It was eerily human. Cernan snapped a photo, and to this day, NASA has no solid explanation for it. Some say it's just a trick of the light. Others believe it could be evidence of something or someone watching us from the lunar surface. The unidentified object that followed Gemini 7. In 1965, during NASA's Gemini 7 mission, astronauts James Lovell and Frank Borman were orbiting Earth when they noticed something strange. A bright metallic object was following them. It kept pace with the spacecraft, moving in ways no known satellite or debris should. Lovell radioed Houston, "We have a bogey at 10 o'clock. Ground control dismissed it as a part of their booster rocket, but Lovell and Borman weren't convinced. The object moved too erratically, as if it was observing them. To this day, no one knows what they really saw. Space is vast, empty, and yet, these stories suggest we may not be as alone as we think. Are these just tricks of the mind, or proof that something is lurking in the darkness? If you made it this far, you need to hear about even more terrifying space mysteries. Click on this next video, if you dare. Subscribe for more mind-blowing content about the universe and many more. Press the ring button to get notified for the more amazing videos.